It's easier to drag backwards. Oh, there's one beside you, but that's all right, I'll come face you. Was he somebody you were hoping for? Okay. He's not saying to me he's your main person, so that's why I'm asking. But Leroy is a very uncommon name. Do you understand it? So is this your first time doing this? This is his first time. He has no idea what he thinks or feels about this. He's just coming along for support. Do you understand it? That's all I hear. So I'll wait for that. But it's just his acknowledgement that you're kind of in that seesaw and you don't really know how you feel about this. That's why instantly he gave me his name. And then I said, tell me, and he says, grandfather energy. Do you understand that? So he's coming in, very clearly saying Leroy to me. Whew, he's making me catch my breath. All right, he's moving around the room. He's coming to stand just behind you. Honey, I'm really drawn to you. There's like a whole line right here, but we'll wait and see if they step forward. As I'm being told, I came back to give a message to him, and that's just fine. But he's saying to me, his name is Leroy. Did people call him Leroy or Lee? Because I feel like they shortened it at one point. Okay, yeah. When he was a child, I feel like they shortened it to Lee at one point. So this is what I'm going to explain to you. They'll always give me their proper name, okay? And then they'll make me feel what people call them, whether it's a shorter version of the name or whether it's a nickname. And I go right back to childhood. So when they come through, they'll always validate a proper name to me, and then they'll make me feel what other people call them. So I always go right to the friend level, because they're not my loved one. They're just a friend in Christ to me when they step in. So I go right to what his friends called him, but I feel like it's a younger. But he's saying to me, I'm not going to have long with him, but he's saying to me he had to make sure he had a chance to say something to you. Okay? Good. Tell him heaven is better than I thought it would be. Are you finding pennies, honey? Okay, watch for them. He's showing me change. Watch for nickels. For whatever reason, nickels is a sign from him. So if you get in your vehicle and there's a nickel on the floor, it's him leaving it there for you on purpose. He's giving his name to me and telling me that he's your grandfather because I'm being told, again, he's a guardian for you. So he watches over you. Did you have a connection with him? He's saying this to me. He's doing this. Just means time spent connection, because I keep hearing there's a connection and he's doing this. Just means that he had time here with you on the earth plane, but he's making me feel like there's a distance or separation. That can have to do with you didn't have a lot of time to share with him. You were very young when he passed, or the combination of both. Do you understand? So that's why they were having me do this. It's about that connection. Because he's saying to me, you remember enough about him. Do you understand it? But I know you don't have very many memories, and a lot of them in our scrapbooks and old stories. Do you understand it? But you need to know that he watches over you. What's with the truck? Okay. Are you getting a new vehicle? I know. Okay, ding, ding, ding. Because before, when he was telling me about the nickels, and I feel like I'm finding them on like the carpet where I put my feet, he's like, oh, it's going to be in the truck. But I was waiting for him to give a second validation because I was being told there was a second validation. So let's talk about this vehicle. Because he's like, let's talk about the truck and then the new car. That's all I hear. Are you hoping to get a new vehicle soon? Okay. So he's validating to me that your truck isn't exactly safe. Because he's like, let's talk about the truck, and then I hear a new vehicle. Do you understand it? This is what I'm going to say to you sooner than later. Are you trying to hold out because you don't want the car payment?
Yes.
I know. I'm like, okay, you're getting pretty personal here. But he shows me the fan of money, and he's like, he's doing everything he can so he doesn't have to take on that vehicle payment. Do you understand it? Have you been putting money into this truck as well to keep, he just said he's been putting money in that thing to keep it alive. I've never had anyone call a car alive before. But that, do you understand it? And what's with the brakes? Yeah, because he's like, let's talk about how this isn't going so well, and I feel like I want to push on it. Do you understand it? Did you just have a problem with that?
No, the clutch is really bad, so I just stop on it sometimes.
Okay, that's it. Because he's like, let's talk about this not going so well, and I'm like, what is that about? He's right beside you in that vehicle. He's given this to me on purpose. He said, he knows this is real now. just with what I just said. Do you understand that? He shows me the white wings in front of his chest, honey. He's very much at peace. This is what I'm going to say to you. He's a smart young boy. He's saying to me, you really love her. Do you understand that? She's good for him. He gives the blessing for this. That's all I keep hearing. Do you understand? How are you connected? I know. So, okay, gotta figure out how to say this. Let's just say that he's happy about the relationship and that there's more to come. That's all I'm going to say to you, because we're not going to take any joy away. But he's like looking at this going, I like this. You like it too. You're in agreement. But he's saying to me how proud he is of you. He's making me feel like you're a really good man. And he wants you to know that he's watching over you. Watch for the nickels. It's okay if you find pennies every once in a while. He said, I'm not going to leave a lot of riches behind. He's teasing. He's trying to be a jokester. I'm like, okay, honey. But he's given his name very clearly to me, and he does this for a reason, because that's what's going on with the truck right now. So he sees the issues you're having, but he makes me feel like you're not ready to step into the new vehicle because you're worried about the money as far as the payment. Know that it is coming soon. I can't tell you when, but when you go to get the... Honey, can I ask you a question? Are you a Ford lover? He said, oh, well, tell him about buying a Ford F-150. I'm telling you. So he's validating your truck as a Ford. Are you thinking about getting another Ford? Or were you worried, huh?
I really wanted to.
Okay. Well, just his opinion, and that's okay. Because he puts me right in the Ford family, so there's a reason, because not only is your vehicle a Ford, but he's like, oh, let's go shopping for a Ford F-150. Doesn't mean he's validating that's what you're going to buy. Sometimes it's just their opinion from the other side. So I had to ask my guide, and my guide started laughing, and he goes, that's just his opinion. That's okay. So know when you're shopping for this new vehicle, regardless of what you buy, he's going to be with you. He's going to be guiding you and helping you, because he just said to me, I can't have him go through what he's going to have with this new vehicle with what he's having with that old Ford truck. That's why he said Ford to me. Do you understand it? Perfect. Again, he thinks a Ford F-150 would be awesome. Doesn't mean you have to buy that, though. Do you understand it? Huh?
Good saleswoman.
I'm a good saleswoman? No, it's just what he's saying to me, honey, and that's okay. But whatever you do, it needs to be your free will and your choice, but he's going to be there helping you. And he just keeps saying to me, you need to have something safe, and it needs to be soon. I can't tell you what soon is, because their timing is completely different on the other side, and there's a completely different understanding. But I can tell you very clearly, and what he's making me feel is that he's a really strong protector over you, and he's really watching you through all of this. Do you understand it? Who's the one that is the engineer, or has the engineering stuff in the family?
My great-grandmother, mom's side,
Yeah.
is the...
I'm feeling him very strongly.
And my mom always said that I would remind her of him.
Okay, there's a reason why that they're validating that. And he takes me right to the engineering, and I can feel him stepping in. He watches over you too. Okay, do you understand that? There's a reason why you remind her of him a lot. You know why? Because sometimes his energy and spirit is affecting your mannerisms. And that's okay. That can happen. Just because they're both very connected to you. They are both guardians for you. Even though the very first grandfather that's talking to me that you had a little bit of just a few years in a connection with, he's your main person. This other gentleman that I'm feeling just behind him, he takes me right to the engineering part. And I'm being told that he's watching over you as well. So know that they're both with you. I see the white dumb wings. They're starting to lose their energy. Tell him I said I love him. That's what I hear. Tell him to listen to what I said today. It's just our way of acknowledging what's happening in his life and giving him support from both of us. They're pulling their energy out. He did pretty well. Unexpected to you. Did you think you were kind of guy to just sit back here and go, okay, when is this thing over? Do you understand that? There you go. He said, it's over now because I was the last one. So that just means he was my last one. So there's a reason why he said that. Let me see if I can pick up on anybody else really quick.